In this video, I'm going to keep it short, I'm going to keep it snappy, but I'm going to tell you exactly step by step how to do Amazon FBA accounting for beginners. Stay tuned right to the end of the video and I guarantee you, you will know enough you need to know. Well, that didn't even make sense. Let's go. So in this video, we're going to be covering the following topics. Number one, what is accounting? What exactly is accounting? Number two, why it's important. Why is accounting for Amazon FBA sellers important? Number three, one of the biggest mistakes that I made so that you can avoid, okay, in accounting. Number four, VAT. We're going to cover everything with VAT, when you need to go VAT register, what you need to know about VAT registration so that you don't get burnt. And number four, how exactly I do my accounting. I'm going to talk you through it step by step, how me and my team do all my accounting. Go get a copy, go get a cup of tea, watch this video to the end. Guaranteed you're going to learn something. So number one, what is accounting? Accounting is systems, processes, softwares, teams, whatever it takes for you to track the profitability of your business. Profitability, what word did I just use then? To track the profitability of your business, you need to be doing accounting. To track how much money you owe HMRC, you need to be doing accounting. To track how much money HMRC owe you, you need accounting. Okay, yes, it's true, you can get money back from HMRC, but most people pay VAT to HMRC, tax and everything like that. Accounting allows you to accurately track the profitability, the expenses and all the outgoings of your business in the best possible way. Here's why Amazon FBA accounting is important. Here's why you can't ignore this part of the process. Now, I know this isn't the most fun subject. You'd much rather be doing sourcing or growing the business, making profit, and I get that. But trust me, you need to learn this stuff. The worst thing you want to do is get yourself an accountant, get them to tell you how much profit you've made, and then just sign the end of the corporation tax bill, whatever it is, send it off. Because there's that little part of you in the back of your head that goes, what if they're wrong? What if they made a mistake? So you need to know this stuff. Some main reasons why accurately tracking your profitability, accurately doing your accounting, your expenses is important is because you need to know if you're profitable. Because if you're not profitable, it doesn't mean you necessarily shut the business down. It means that you change course. But you can't change course, you can't start tweaking things unless you know things are broken. So you have to be tracking expenses, tracking profits, tracking things, etc., so that you understand what's going on with the business. Vice versa, if the company is making profit, but it's not making as much as you want, you also need to track so that you can figure out where you're going to go to next. It's also important for another few reasons. And some of these reasons could be that, what if you want to sell the business one day? You need to be able to provide spreadsheets, database, documents, etc. of exactly what your business has made for at least the last 3 years. But in most cases, probably 5 years at least. You're going to want to give books for your company in the last few years, so that you actually sell your business one day. And I know it may seem far away, but it's possible, I promise. You can sell this business one day. You need to accurately track all of your books, all of your outgoings, all your expenses, all your profits, all your losses, so that you have information to give that possible acquisition company. Another main reason why it's so important is because, as I said at the start of the video, if you're not tracking this, if you don't understand how to track this, you could be paying HMRC, the government, too much money or too little money, both of which don't have good outcomes. If you spend a little bit time studying this video, implementing what it says, you're going to be above the rest and you're going to start to either make more profit or not get in trouble. I know a few people just recently, they've had audits from HMRC. They've come round, VAT audits, because they think that they're not doing their accounting properly and they owe them more money. So HMRC has intruded into their personal business, their personal life, and demanded certain documentations because they weren't doing their documentation properly. This is real, guys. This happens. That's why it's important. Let's move on to the next step. Guys, just quickly, at any part of this video, if you think to yourself, I don't have a clue about this, this isn't my field, I'd rather spend all of my time sourcing, I don't want to do it, look, I get it, okay? hit the link below for Awesome, who are my current accountants, and they will give you £100 off any accounting package that you want to do, and literally take the whole thing off your hands and do all your accounting for you. It's who I use, okay? But in the rest of the video, I'm going to take you through VAT, my biggest mistake I made in business, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do your accounting, okay? Stay tuned. So here's one of the biggest mistakes that I almost made in my Amazon business with the accounting. So I remember I almost got an accountant once, not long ago, about 3 or 4 years ago. I got an accountant, my first accountant, when I was pretty new to the Amazon world, about 3 years ago. I was pretty new, I wasn't doing great revenue, but he offered to be my accountant, and I said yes, and actually he was cheap. He was about £40–50 a month. I thought that I'd won the game. I thought that I was on top, and I thought that I was winning because I'd saved money rather than spending a bit more than that. But here's what happened. He almost made a vital error in my business. So when you're just coming up to VAT threshold on Amazon, if your sales on Amazon, the Amazon platform, exceed 85,000, you have to go VAT registered. He misinformed me by telling me that because my sales that have gone through my bank account hadn't exceeded the 85,000, that I didn't have to go VAT registered. That was an offence. That could have got me in big trouble. And if I hadn't asked someone else for a second opinion, I would have got in big trouble for that. So that's just one of the reasons why you not only need an accountant, but you need a specialist. You need an Amazon accounting specialist, someone like Awesome, who I just recommended, that do my books, to do this for you, so that you don't make mistakes like that. That was one of the biggest mistakes that I almost made in my Amazon business. So talking about that, some of you won't be at the stage of VAT yet. However, it's really, really important that you're aware of what VAT is and when you have to be aware of it and what you have to do when it comes, because otherwise, I know what it's like. It's going to be on the back of your mind. Okay, so let's talk about this. As I just mentioned, once your sales exceed 85,000 on your Amazon sales, you have to apply for VAT, okay? And you get around about 30 days, not an accountant, don't hold me to this tax advice, but it's business to business advice. It's pretty accurate, I'm sure. You get around about 30-day sort of leeway between that, but when you exceed the 85,000 in sales on the Amazon account, you have to go VAT registered. And you might actually want to prepare it just before that, start talking to an accountant. So when you go VAT registered, you're going to have to start submitting every single receipt that has got VAT on it. Okay, so for example, we have a plant pot, and it's a 20% VAT rated item. It's a 20% VAT rated item, which means that if you buy that item to resell, you need to provide that VAT receipt to your accountant so that he can claim back the 20% VAT on that item. Okay, if you don't do this, the item that you sell on Amazon that is charged 20% VAT will actually more likely be charged 40% VAT technically, okay? Because you're not claiming back the VAT. When you buy an item, when you're VAT registered, you get to claim the VAT back. When you sell it, you have to pay the VAT, okay? When you're non-VAT registered, which most of you probably are now, okay, you don't get to claim the VAT back, okay? But you do have to pay the VAT. Okay, so there's a few different things there. It's not something you have to be scared about. It's not something you have to be overwhelmed about. But when it comes to the time of VAT registered, there's a couple of things you have to do. And the main things that you have to do, along with your normal accounting, which we're going to talk about in a minute, is make sure that all of your VAT codes on your Amazon Seller Central are correct. So anything that is a 0% item, which could be biscuits, not all biscuits, but biscuits, where you need to talk to an Amazon specialist about this, accountant. Biscuits, a lot of food items like teas, they will be 0%, which means that you don't get charged VAT, but you need to put a 0% VAT code in there. And then you've got things like 20% items, games, plant pots, TVs, most things are 20% VAT. And you need to make sure they've got the correct 20% VAT tax code in your Seller Central. You're going to have to look through all of the products that are listed and make sure that you're being charged VAT or not being charged VAT on the correct items. Really, really important thing that I missed for quite a few months and no one told me. Now, depending on if you get an Amazon specialist accountant to help you, they'll talk you through the exact other processes. But the other main thing that you need to do is to make sure that you've got your VAT receipts collected. Okay, so for that period, you're going to have to make sure that as soon as you're VAT registered, and some of the receipts before, for at least the month before, once again, talk to a specialist to get the exact things, you're going to have to start collecting all of your VAT receipts. Okay, you're going to have to start collecting every single one of them. And I would advise you to send them to your accountant. They should have a software or an email form where you can just send them all to them, or you need to put them into organized folders. Make sure that you've got every single one of your receipts. So I've got an admin team that do all this for us, but you're going to have to set up your own systems. Make sure you're collecting the receipts. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward, guys. Your accountant should send you a list of all of the items that they're charging VAT for or not charging VAT for, or have done for the last quarter or the last month, depending on how often they do your books. And you just need to make sure that you're checking them. You need to ask for this list if they don't give it to you. You need to be checking that they are charging you VAT on the correct items, or not charging you VAT on the correct items that you're selling on Amazon. A lot of people don't know this stuff, guys. A lot of people don't check this stuff, and then they get burned. They're losing the odd £2 here, £3 there, £4 there, and that adds up. Make sure you check that you're getting charged VAT or not getting charged VAT for the correct items. Make sure you're collecting all your VAT receipts. Make sure your tax codes are all correct. Right. The accounting, the actual bookkeeping side of things, let's dive into that now. So that's what we wanted to all do this video for, and it's really, really important that we cover these bases now. So one of the main things that you're going to want to do to start with is keep a purchase tracker of absolutely every single item that you buy. So you want to have the ASIN on that, the Titan on that, the cost of good on that. What else do we know on that? The date of when you bought it. And then what I also do with that purchase tracker is actually grab the invoice, the purchase order, okay, invoice, and then attach that into the spreadsheet cell as well. So it's good to have all of that data. You're going to want the SKU on there as well. And a lot of you, if you're going to be using a prep center, you can use the purchase tracker along with the prep center sheet. So you can create one that just automatically formulates the prep center sheet, so that you don't have to add it to your prep center sheet or whatever, or your inbound prep center sheet, and then your purchase tracker. Create a purchase tracker, make sure all the details are on there, so that you have a log of exactly what you've bought for your accountant and for yourself. Very, very important. Now, I know this can feel daunting, guys, the Amazon FBA accounting and bookkeeping, and it does feel daunting. Trust me, it's a breeze once you get used to it. Once you have the right team, the right accountants, all the right systems and processes yourself, which we're going to talk about. So you've got your purchase tracker sorted, right? Next thing you want to do is make sure that you've got your files and folders all in order, okay? So I would January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Create a folder for each one of them. And then all you want to do, every single item that you buy, ping them receipts into these folders, okay? Collect all the receipts. Really, really important you collect all of the receipts. As mentioned earlier on the video, I use Awesome, who I've used for a long time now as my accountant, and rather than collecting the receipts myself and everything like that, I pass it all to them. So what my team does, or whoever would be doing this stuff, which will probably be you to start with in the business, is just that they have a software where you can just upload all of your receipts to their software. They take that, submit that towards your corporation tax, end of your accounting bill, etc. And they just do all the accounting for us. So once again, £100 off, link below for the Amazon FBA accounting with Awesome, and actually a £12 link only if you need to go VAT register, which they can do that for you as well. So thought I'd give a quick shout out to my accountant, Awesome, who is fantastic, and I've been using them for a long time now. Nice offer there, or keep it for when you need it. But as I mentioned just then, all the folders that you use, we don't put them in folders anymore. We used to. Now we've got this new accountant, Awesome, who's up to date. We just submit all our receipts onto their software or ping them to their email. They deal with everything. So literally that's all we have to do, rather than doing all the bookkeeping and accounting ourselves. But yeah, let's dive into the next part of the video. So another part that you're going to need to do if you don't have your own accountant, okay, is that you're going to need to get Xero and Link My Books. They're the two tools that I would recommend. And Link My Books, what that's going to do is, well, exactly what it says. It's going to link your books, okay? So it's going to integrate with Amazon, it's going to integrate Xero and everything like that, your bank accounts, and it's going to get all of that information into one place. And then Xero is like your accounting friend, if you like. So as I say, my accountants use them two for us and they formulate stuff together. But you can also, if you want to do it yourself, you can link them two together yourself. I would actually advise you to look at some tutorials on Xero and Link My Books if you're going to do the accounting yourself, and then also make sure that you're doing the purchase tracker, make sure you're collecting your receipts, and you can do it yourself. But as I say, personally, I recommend using an Amazon specialist who knows exactly what files they need to pull from Amazon, which sort of downloads they need to download from Amazon to ensure they're doing the accounting and bookkeeping correctly. But guys, it's as simple as that, really. That's how you do the accounting and bookkeeping. It's not that hard. Make sure you're aware when you're coming up to the VAT threshold as well, and do the points that I just suggested. Make sure you go back on that video if you need to. But apart from that, guys, that's it. You know, make sure you check out the £100 link off Autumn below if you need an accountant yourself. Other than that, stay tuned to the next video. My name's Hayden. See you soon.